Okay, this doesn't have just a single term that's squared, but it has just a single expression that contains x in it. And that expression is being squared. The whole binomial is being squared. If you can reduce your expression or equation down to this form, you can use extracting the square root to solve it as well. And now, that's not the only way you can do it, right? Some of you, if I gave you this, you would prefer to expand the binomial square, combine all your like terms, and then refactor. Okay? The problem with that is it often leads to more complications. Okay? If you can do the extracting the square root steps, it should be pretty straightforward. Okay? So if you have a binomial square, what you can do is you can look to isolate your binomial square, okay, which is already done right here. And then you can extract the square root from that. Again, when you extract the square root, you have to take into consideration the positive and negative root. Okay, so again, a couple things here. Take into consideration both the positive and negative root. And you also need to simplify the radical in this step. Okay, so in this particular case right here, can we simplify this radical? What perfect square factor can we remove from 18? 9 times 2. So when we simplify this, we're looking at plus or minus. The square root of 9 comes out as a 3, and the 2 stays a factor inside the radical. Now notice I left a space here, because kind of embedded in that same step, I'm going to use the other step, which is to completely now isolate the variable. So in order to isolate the variable, we add 12 to both sides. Whatever you do to both sides in this step, you're going to write that number before the plus minus symbol. Okay? So don't write it at the end. Whether it's a positive or a negative number, just write it in front of the plus minus, and that gives you your answer for x. Now notice there are two solutions here. X is 12 minus 3 root 2, as well as 12 plus 3 root 2. So you do have two solutions. And again, if you are writing this online, you'll use the abbreviations for the square root. And so your answer online would look like this final submission. If you do get a chance to check your solutions, once again, always a good idea.